Up until last year, I had only been to Cork twice in my whole life. I know, dreadful. I have been many, many more times since, so that's grand. My name is Conor Merriman. I'm an illustrator and graphic designer from Dublin, and I'm building a pavilion with Soma, which are an amazing coffee shop in Cork. That's the only place I've ever actually been to in Cork was Soma. So as soon as Amy was like, Soma, I was like, I know that place. And then it was Bishop Lucy Park as well, which is only around the corner from Soma, and I was like, I know there too. So this is brilliant. I started off working in fashion, and then I went to NCAD, I did VisCom, and then I started doing graphics. I'm usually very, very two-dimensional based. A lot of drawings, a lot of illustration. So getting the chance to really, think in a more three-dimensional structure was really, really fun. It's very different. I love collaborations. I love to collaborate with different people, and I think it's always really interesting to collaborate with a company or an individual that brings a completely different offering to the table. Collaborating with different designers, you kind of come from the same place, whereas collaborating with a food or drink producer, it's a creative process in its own right, but it's a different sense. It's taste, whereas what designers do is visual and texture, usually. So, collaborating with Soma, there's always different challenges that you have to kind of face with it, and that's how do both of our voices meet in the middle and we both sing the same song. As a visual communicator, I work with briefs. I work with design briefs. A client kind of presents a problem to me, or and I have to solve the solution. Working with Soma on this, there wasn't any problems. It was just, let's just create something really, really nice and beautiful in the park, and really, really explore what design pop will have to offer. Knowing that it was, Pavilion, Soma with Bishop Lucy Park, I kind of broke it out into like the two tangents, which is who I'm collaborating with and what Soma have to offer, and what the location means. So I know that Soma is really, really environmentally friendly, and they're very, very focused on that. And knowing the location is just such a large surface area, and there's so much traffic already around there, as in human traffic on around there, it's a perfect opportunity to build something that still allowed the park to kind of breathe through it. And then I kind of broke it down into what the purpose of the pavilion was going to be, and that was, a place to enjoy Soma's offering and enjoy design pop. I thought it was a great chance to kind of build an interactive pavilion that the customer could really enjoy and the public could really enjoy. And then the Conversation was born. The actual original idea was to have smaller conversations, and they would be kind of see-through panels to be able to enjoy the full park. But it was becoming clear that this wasn't the best option, and it was kind of segmenting people. So kind of decided to do a more inclusive pavilion where everyone can kind of go and it'd be a hub. So it's going to be made out of recycled chipboard. It's wood that's been recycled in a way. And I thought that was a really, really great way to kind of showcase it. I needed a natural substance because it is in the park. In terms of illustration, I kind of wanted to play around with the idea of the coffee journey and what Soma do. So the idea the planting and the coffee beans and its journey from one spot to the next amidst the global setting, and then kind of playing around with that idea, and then we kind of solidified on this one. Now I could completely change this in the moment. I'm going to be painting it live as it's being installed. The colour of this is still unclear. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be blue. I just really, really love that royal blue. I use it a lot in my work. I just think it's a really, really pretty colour. But there is going to be a waste section for liquid recycling and general, which I think is important. The feedback that I've gotten from the public over the course of the weekend is amazing. Myself and someone knew we wanted a space that the primary focus was strangers talking and having a coffee, and what those conversations could potentially be and what that spark could be. I knew I just wanted a blank canvas with it, and that's what it was just all chipboard. And then just being able to just draw on it really and just use it as a three-dimensional piece of paper. And this is also my first time ever going into 3D. So like my spatial awareness ability was tremendous. Yeah, I was like just like as big as anything, and like you were like, that's a 2-story building. I was like, I don't know. You know, design is one of those things where you can't always guarantee that the public will interact with it no matter what you do. The reception that the Cork people have given it is amazing, and I want to thank Cork for that.